If you weren't aware by now, we are no longer shopping at Bricks and Minifigs. Personally, I have not really shopped at Bricks and Minifigs. The first time I ever walked into a Bricks and Minifigs, it was in Wesley Chapel, Florida. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is awesome. There's so many sets, there's so many minifigs. And then I looked at the price, and I never really stepped foot back into a Bricks and Minifigs. If you guys are followers, you know I'm a huge Lego collector, but mainly I collect minifigs. And so when I see that the market price on Bricklink for a minifig is $100 and you're asking for $140, that instantly scares me away. All of that preamble to say, there is a huge new scandal involving Bricks and Minifigs, and oh my god, it is just absurd. Everyone needs to go watch the video posted by Reckless Ben. It is the main source behind all of this coming out. It is called, I Tracked Down the Thief Who Stole $200,000 of Lego. Ben is a phenomenal YouTuber. I was not aware of him before this video hit my feed, but now that I have been put onto him, I'm going to probably binge every other video he's posted because the work he does is just phenomenal. Like, the depths he goes to for this guy is insane. Go watch the video. If you don't care to watch the video, here is a basic explanation and breakdown and why we are no longer shopping at Bricks and Minifigs. So basically, there was a father and son duo who had accumulated one of the, if not the largest Lego Star Wars collection ever amassed. It was worth over $200,000. Now, this father and son duo had entered into a consignment contract with a new Bricks and Minifigs out in Salem, Oregon. Now, the original owner of the franchise, she ran into some issues and she had to sell off her franchise because, you know, her husband was out of country. I don't even know, whatever. She is not guilty in any of this. So she finds out that Bricks and Minifigs is actually pulling her franchise license and they're selling her store to someone new. And when the new guy pulls up, she is trying to do inventory and basically she says to the guy, hey, these are not my Legos and there is a man that needs to be paid or given these back. So I'm trying to finish the inventory so that I'm not screwed over and he doesn't come after me and get mad because these are his Legos. She makes it very clear it is all on film for us to watch in the video. The man she's talking to says, oh, well, that's a business ordeal, like the guy buying the shop will take over any consignment, blah, 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 blah. She's like, okay, well, I still need to do this. She's like, I'm going to call the cops if you don't leave. So she's basically forced out. Later, the son and father go to the store to try and get their Legos back, and they basically say, fuck off. It gets to the point where the son is trespassed from the location. He posted about this on Facebook to the Lego groups. You guys, if you're a Lego collector or a Lego fan, you're probably in them, okay? And so this hit the feeds of some YouTubers. Now, this group of YouTubers came together and tried to brainstorm and plot how they could get these Legos back for this father and son. And without even a week's worth of conspiring, they got hit with letters from Bricks and Minifigs basically saying, if you guys keep this up, we're going to sue you into oblivion. And then enter Ben Schneider, or Reckless Ben. He's the one who made the YouTube video that I'm talking about. And he is determined on getting these Legos back. I think this video probably took 2 years to film. Ben has all types of strategies to get the Legos back. First, he goes in and he just tries. He just asks for them nicely. That doesn't work, obviously. He brings the issue to corporate because the managers keep saying, oh, well, that's a corporate issue. You have to take up that corporate. So he literally gets in front of the CEO 3 times, I think, throughout the whole video. He talks to the CEO 3 times. And the CEO is just pushing it back down and saying, nope, that's a franchise problem. We don't know anything about that. That's not us, blah, 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 blah. Ben then files for a business, tired of all of this franchise corporate loophole bullshit. And he files for his own business and he names it We Steal From Old People. And then he creates the logo and he takes the Bricks and Minifigs logo above it and then he puts We Steal From Old People under it. And then he assigns his friends franchises. And so he pulls up to the store and he starts selling shirts that say We Steal From Old People, but they have the Bricks and Minifigs logo on it. So it's Bricks and Minifigs, We Steal From Old People. It's hilarious. When they're confronted by the store and the police, they say, oh, well, that's a franchise issue. You're just gonna have to talk to them. And then when they bring up the franchisees, they're like, oh, well, that's a corporate issue. And so they basically give them a taste of their own medicine. It was fucking hilarious. Later, they create a real raffle using one of Ben's real religions that he has registered. It's called Scientology Sucks. The Church of Scientology Sucks. So that already tells me that this guy's fucking awesome. He has his own certified religion. But so he uses his religion to do a raffle in which he is raffling off one of the Lego sets that the store still has. That's not theirs. And the whole point of that is to try and make it a criminal charge, stealing from a lottery, rather than a civil charge that, they can't deal with because Bricks and Minifigs is a huge corporation. That also fails. So finally, he uses the franchises he set up for his real business, We Steal From Old People, and he has each of his 10 franchisees sue them in small claims court. The whole thing was, oh, well, if we sue them in small claims court, we're only going to be able to get the maximum of $10,000 in the state of Oregon. They lost over $200,000, so they'd be leaving $190,000 on the table, right? But if we do it 10 times, we'll be able to get $100,000 back. So he has each franchisee sue Bricks and Minifigs, and Bricks and Minifigs does not respond. And the result of them not responding was actually a loss for them. They basically took the L. The day after, they take the L and basically don't admit guilt, but they didn't, show up and respond to the case, so they assume the loss. And on paper, they're supposed to pay out that money. But that same next day, they closed the store in Salem, Oregon. It is shut down for good. And basically, they just pulled out and are never going to touch that ever again. And they're never going to pay that guy his money. And all of that to say, Bricks and Minifigs is full of scumbags. Collecting or just general hobbies is not about the monetary value that you can gain from it. Sure, people will invest in stuff or they'll collect to save it for later, whatever. I'm not going to tell you how to collect, but over time, it has become increasingly more common for people to treat collecting and hobbies as a way to make money. And so have corporations. Look at GameStop. GameStop was about to fall off, and they dumped all of their assets into trading cards, and now they are one of the main places people can shop. Whatnot is the cancer of all of the corporations when it comes to hobbies and collecting, because oh my god, Whatnot is just so bad. Like, they are so predatory, they allow so much shit to go down on their platform, and they have the worst customer service of all time. Even PSA, a grading service, has done some really scammy shit because they see the monetary value in what they have and what they can do when they do some really scummy shit. So when I see a franchisee basically commit thievery and a CEO lie to our face, I'm not very surprised, because the precedent in hobbies and their alignment to big corporations is just awful.